Hi, this is Joan Devine, Director of Education with Pioneer Network, and I'm here to share with you a little bit about the 2018 Pioneer Net app. It's designed to help make the best of your conference experience and beyond and before. So I encourage you to first off go in and download it. I'm not going to go over that today. I know that some of you have Android phones and some of you have iPhones. So we've sent you some information, and it's attached to this newsletter as well, that will help you download it. And then if you have problems, I'd encourage you to go find an older or younger friend who is tech savvy and see if they can't help you with it. But I promise I did it, and I'm not tech savvy, so you can do it too. So let me give you a little bit of a tour of what you're going to find if you get into when you get into that app, because I'm thinking positive. You're going to go to Attentify. That is the kind of mothership for our app this year. And you'll click on Attentify. And when you click on Attentify on your phone, what you'll see is the Pioneer Network app, because you will have also downloaded that when you go into Attentify. And when I go into there, I'm going to see the activity stream is the first thing that's going to come up. It tells us a little bit, it tells us what app we're in, so we know we're in the right place. It reminds us that ACTS, Retirement Communities, has sponsored this app for us. And then it begins to tell us some things like the latest people that signed up and all the messages, the pictures that people have posted on there. And you can see I've been kind of busy posting some, but so have other people. And you can put pictures on there. You upload them just like you do any other social media device. And that will be a separate little video, so we'll catch that one later. Let you play with it in the meantime. Here's an important piece. Up here there's three little lines, and when you click on those three little lines, you're going to get a menu. I forgot to tell you that when you do download the app, it's going to ask you to set up your profile. So you'll want to do that. In your profile, put a picture in there if you can, because it's kind of nice to see faces, because you know a lot of us are not good with names. But once you put that in there, it'll give you some ideas. It'll tell you if there's some messages they're waiting for you, and anybody that looks at your profile will be able to learn a little bit about you. So there we go. That's your profile. So I go back to this, and here's all the menu of all the things that are available to you on this app. There's a spot to see all the people that have signed up, and let's see, I want to be sure that I meet Alicia. So I'm going to put a star by her name to remind myself that I want to meet Alicia when I get there. And then I'm going to skip a couple here. We can go to, you've got a hotel map, and it's really cool, guys, because it's interactive. When I click on things, it's going to tell me where I'm at and what's going on in that room. Really kind of cool, isn't it? And then I'm going to go back, and let me see a couple other things that I'll quickly show you. There is all the exhibitors are listed on here. So if there's an exhibitor, I want to be sure I see the Alzheimer's Association. I want to say hi to Sam and Doug when I get there. See, I told you I'm not good with names. So I clicked on that to give myself a reminder, but if I click on that whole thing, I'm going to see all about the Alzheimer's Association and their app, and it's going to tell me where they're located. Right there on the interactive map. And I can go back and I can see that there's things like the document about person-centered language to remind me my language and what it should be while I'm there. There's a list of all the coalitions, and there's lots of things that are PDFs right off of the website that gives you lots more information about things. But what I really want to share with you, because this is the place to really get started, is to go to the schedule. And if you go to this little thing called schedule and you click on there, you're going to see each day of the conference, the schedule is posted. And if I go to the event for that day, let's say I go to Creating Community, that's the general session. So that's going to tell me all about the general session and who's speaking there, where it's at. And again, I can click on there and get interactive. I can click on any of these names and learn about the speakers if I want to know who they are. But let's say I want to set up my first session. So I want to go to transferring the looming workforce. So I'm going to put a little click on there. I need a little extra reminder, so I'm going to tell it to remind me 30 minutes before that I want to go to it. And if I want to know more about it, there it is. All the information with the guides and the location, and here's their PowerPoint. So if I click on that, look, I clicked on it and it's downloading it. Now on my phone, my download is going to come up here, so you can see it's downloading for me, and I'll be able to go into it later. Lots of other stuff happening on my screen there too. But there it is. So if I go back, now I clicked on that I liked it, and I clicked on a couple exhibitors. So let me show you what happens after I've gone to the schedule. Here's the really cool part. I'm going to go to favorites and notes, and look at what's on favorites and notes. Everything that I starred is now showing up on my favorites and notes. So it'll remind me of the things that I want to do. My schedule is all there for me. Now, I made my schedule a little too busy. You'll want to make yours just for what you really want to do, because I've been playing too much, you can tell. But I could even put the speakers that I want to be sure I talk to, so maybe I'm not going to be able to get to that session because they're going to be keeping me busy. I want to be sure I touch bases with Ashton while I'm there. And I already said I want to be sure I talk to Doug and Sam from the Alzheimer's Association and Barbara. I want to be sure I meet Barbara. I said I wanted to be able to meet Alicia, so I can click on Alicia. And you know what? I can send her a private message just by clicking that and send her a message saying, hey, Alicia, can you meet me for coffee on Monday morning, or whatever it is that I want to do. So there it is. So that's my very own personal schedule, and it's a great way to plan ahead. And I want to show you one more feature before I end this video, and that's just one that I think is just so cool, and it is this feature for how I can rate what's going on. Because you go to a conference, and then the end of the conference, when you're just overwhelmed with everything you've learned and experienced, and then they send you this crazy survey, and they ask you to remember that session that you went to first thing on Monday morning, and here it is Wednesday afternoon, and I've been to so many things. That won't happen to you, because you're going to be able to do your rating of your sessions and give us your feedback right there in real time. So if I went to Leslie's session here on Tuesday morning, and I saw it, and just as I'm getting ready to leave the session, I can click on it, and there it's going to let me rate at 5 stars how well the session was, how well I enjoyed it. And it's just like the CMS 5-star rating. 5 is good. So that's what people are hoping for. And I can also, not only can I put the star in there, I can write a comment, and I can say something really cool that I learned or that I'm going to take back with me, or be sure you have Leslie back again, or whatever it is you want to tell us about this session. So that was kind of about the session, and I kind of did go a little past there, because you know what, I can also go into Leslie specifically, because I love the session, but there's something special I want to tell you about Leslie. I want to tell you that she was phenomenal, so I may give her another 5-star in addition to the session. And I can, just like I did with the session, I can write a comment and tell you, boy, would I love to meet Leslie and go up to her community and see what she's doing. So what a great way to get feedback. You can do that on every session that we have, including our general sessions, and every speaker that we have. So we're looking forward to having a wonderful conference experience, getting some great feedback from you, doing some incredible networking through this stream, through this activity stream, because it's going to be the place to go. So download the app, play with it a little bit, and when you get to Denver, we can share a little bit more about it, because on Sunday evenings welcome session, we will be going over the app with everybody and having a little bit of fun with it, doing our roll call of states and some extra surprises, and then get our conference off to a great start. So looking forward to seeing everyone in Denver. Thank you, and safe travels.